Right. This is a practical guide for anybody wanting to get their shoes down to just 4 pairs or smaller. Because I know that for many people, the hardest thing in a decluttering journey is a shoe decluttering journey. Because I think shoes are something that people collect quite a lot. And I could even make it a gender thing, but we won't do that. I know there are many stereotypes about women having huge collections of shoes, but I think men are sometimes also prone to that. I've also got an acquaintance or a friend that actually keeps trainers, loves collecting trainers, all different varieties. We won't get into that too much here, but what we will get into is how it is possible and how to declutter down to a small amount of shoes. A practical guide. So there's one thing that you can guarantee, and that is, you know the old expression, nothing's more certain in life than death and taxes. Well, nothing is more certain than if you start to film a YouTube video, loads of noise starts happening outside. So guys, if you can hear lots of noise outside, it's the deliveries for the hotel. We're gonna go on with it. Right, so let me move these out of the way for a second. Now, I actually have a real good tip that I'm saving to tell you all until the end. But we've got some good practical tips to begin with, but we've got a biggie to get you down to that last few pairs of shoes that I'm gonna show that I actually only found myself a couple of weeks ago. I feel like the best way to help some of you that need the help declutter more is to share my thought process of what happened for me personally. So I would say that I have always been quite minimalist. However, quite minimalist doesn't mean extreme minimalist. So growing up, I would say that I had around 15 pairs of shoes. And that was because I convinced myself at the time that I needed sort of 2 pairs of trainers, one dark and one light for different outfits. I convinced myself that I needed every different type of high heel, whether that be a stiletto, a platform, a wedge, the weird Mexican one that I can't pronounce. And I'm only saying weird because I can't pronounce it. Is it espadrille? Espadrille? Is that right? Anyway, those. I convinced myself that I needed all these different varieties of shoes. Now, the first biggie, this may set the cat among the pigeons, is if you decide not to wear heels, you instantly slash the amount of shoes in half that are required. And then I probably hear you all asking, well, what about formal events? Well, I am quite happy wearing a pair of flat shoes for something like a wedding, especially if it is a daytime event. The only time that I ever wear or go back to wearing a high heel is for a superbly formal event, like going to an opera, going to a gala evening on a cruise ship. And for those events, I do actually, I'm going to say borrow, but I thrift a pair because I usually can't borrow any shoes because my feet are so small. They're like a 2.5 UK. So usually I will thrift it before the event and then get rid of it once I'm home. So that's the only time I ever wear high heels. Now the next thing, when you get rid of all those high heels, you're probably left with the choice of trainers, sandals, still some like variety of flat shoes, like a smart pair, maybe a ballet pump. But the environment that you live in is really to be considered. For instance, when I go away to somewhere hot, I honestly just live in them Birkenstocks. As you can see, they're well worn even though I have only had them about 3 months, because throughout summer they are what I live in. And then the only thing that I need other than them is if I do want to go hiking or running, I might require a hiking boot and a trainer. Until recently, that is what I used to have. I used to have a hiking boot and a trainer. But I thought, what about if we could merge those 2 shoes? So we're cutting down on an extra pair. And I found the barefoot trail shoe. It looks like a trainer, but it's got quite a bit of support. So it's both in one. That's already cutting down on a shoe. So if I lived in a hot climate, they are all I would have. But I don't live in a hot climate. Now, because I do live in a 4-season climate, one of the last big decisions that I had to make was, until recently, I've always loved having a long boot. You know, they protect sort of your calf from getting mud on and things when you're walking. But then I started to actually think, but how practical really are they, and how often does mud come right up to my calf? Not very often. So I was left with my Doc Martens and my Ugg boots. I like, sort of an ankle length boot. Now, what made this slightly easier for myself is my Doc Martens were that old. I'd had them about 15 years. And even though they were still fine, very comfortable, they had slowly stretched a bit over time and they'd become maybe half a size too big for me. And because of that fact, it meant that my foot was like squirming around and slipping around in my shoe even more, and I was getting this huge band of hard skin around the back of my foot. So in the end I had to realise to myself that the shoes had had their wear and they weren't doing my feet any good. So that's also another tip. Even if you love the shoe, question, is it good for your foot? Is it good for your posture? And is it good for your back? Which takes us back to the high heels. Not good for the back, ladies. And maybe even boys. Gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. So, question all those things. Are they good for your foot? Are they good for your health? Do you even actually wear them? Because there are many people that have huge collections of shoes that don't even wear them. Right, we won't say too much about that again, but so a big decision that I made recently that got me down another pair was choosing comfort above all else, because these are definitely more comfortable than my Doc Martens. Not because Doc Martens aren't comfortable, but because I'd worn the Doc Martens so much that they'd become not good for my foot or my shoe. My foot. So that got me down even further. So through all these choices of being practical and living in 4 seasons, I got myself down to a summer shoe that's also wearable on the beach. You can also dress Birkenstocks up quite good. A winter shoe that's comfortable and looks kind of cosy and definitely goes with streetwear. These do go with streetwear, but these are for a more practical use of going walking, running, hiking. So for fitness. But then my last little thing that I am keeping for now is I do have one shoe that I personally, as an extreme minimalist living in a 4-season climate, they're not going to fit on, I do find it a little bit of an extravagance. And these are my Greek sandals. So I have 4 pairs of shoes. Now, what I love about these as a minimalist is that they are practically zero drop. They're so comfortable. I do wear a lot of green, as you've all probably noticed, hence the other shoes being green as well. But these do dress up and look a little bit more dainty than the Birkenstock, but that's me just being a little bit picky, because they definitely dress up okay. So if I was going to ever get rid of one of these 4 pairs, it would be these, because they feel extra and they're not quite as robust as these in terms of support and things, but they're just my last little shoe pleasure. Now, I said at the beginning that I was going to tell you another little secret that helped me get down to this amount of shoes. I'm going to go get it now to show you all. And then I have a couple of updates regarding my wardrobe and a couple of other things on the channel. But let me show you the big secret first. Recently, you may all remember that I did a medium-ish declutter. And one of the things I decluttered was my trainers finally, and I realised that the last reason that I was hanging on to them was not just because they were a little bit uncomfortable, but also because I needed what I call a rough pair of shoes to wear when I'm sort of walking Charlie. And even if we go to some really muddy places, I found a secret. So you can get these silicone rubber covers, and look how small they go. They roll up incredibly tiny. And if it was very, very muddy and you wanted to walk your dog, but you don't want to keep a huge other, bulky pair of shoes just for that occasion, obviously if you do have your own dog, then you're probably going to want to keep a pair just for that. But if you just sort of occasionally go somewhere muddy, walking your friend's dog, etc., you can get these silicone rubber, like little booties, and they slip on over your shoe. They've even got a little bit of grip on the bottom, and they just go over. They go over your shoe like that. From a distance, people probably can't even tell, they just look like another little black shoe. But it just enables you to protect your shoe, because, believe it or not, some of these shoes, particularly the Vivo Barefoot, they are quite expensive, and you want to keep them looking perhaps as nice for as long as possible. So that's a nice way in a really muddy environment to be able to keep them a little bit clean for as long as possible, just for that odd occasion when you're walking your friend's dog. And through getting just this, it enabled me to get rid of that last pair of sort of what I call scruffy, rough shoes. And really, these are just so small that they can roll up and you get all the air out of it and just be stored in your shoe, taking up no extra space, obviously when you've washed them and dried them. And there we have it. That is how to get down to 4 pairs of shoes in a 4-season climate, which would actually be 2 for me, or even 3 in a hot climate. The little update that I had for you all is, since doing my little declutter last week, I decided to hang on to this fleece for a little bit longer, but it's not what you think. I'm going to make a video about customising it over on my second channel, so I wanted to just keep it just till I did that video. And I also have introduced a couple of pairs of socks back for the winter, because back in for the winter, because it has been quite a cold winter and we're only in November, and I did find that my feet were getting colder and colder each day, and I kept stealing my boyfriend's socks all the time. So I will be doing an updated in and out quite soon, and also an updated wardrobe tour, as there's been something else that I've had to get due to the cold wintry weather. So this has been an extra video this week. We've still got another video tomorrow on this channel, which is something that's been requested for quite a while, which is all the products that I use as an extreme minimalist. So hair care, hygiene, beauty, makeup, everything. All the products that I use. Because until recently, it was only about 3 products, but it has gone up a couple or a few. See you all tomorrow. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.